Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you talk about the defense in particular, forcing 28 turnovers and offensive rebounding, 18 steals?
Yeah. I just told the team, it's a night where, we had only two players whose offense was coming through. That was Ray and Mott. And then the rest of the team, really, not bad looks, but just they weren't going in. And so on those nights, you better offensive rebounding, you better get some steals. And that's what we did. I didn't feel like we converted off of our steals like we normally do. But in huge moments, when Wisconsin had a little bit of life, it was either an offensive rebound or a press kind of steal situation that just kind of broke their backs. But I'll tell you what, we start the game with an 11-0 lead and we only win by 12. That means we didn't do very well after that 11-0 start. We got a lot to work on. And also, I just want to credit Wisconsin. They did not have their starting center. I don't know where she was. And then when Michaela Johnson went down, most teams would have folded, and they really hung in there and fought hard. And they've been traveling all over. And so at times they looked fresher than us, and that's a real credit to them and something I got to look at as well.
So just talk about that 11-0 run. I know you mentioned it. Obviously, maybe the stuff afterwards wasn't great, but just to get off to that kind of fast start must give you a little bit of confidence. And it's I think it's either third or fourth straight game where the team has kind of opened up with the opening bucket. So just
we need to starting line. We moved right into the starting lineup, and we've been platooning, so the starters doesn't really matter. It was just two even teams. But tonight I knew we needed Ray. I knew she'd have a big game, and I didn't want to cut any of her minutes down. And that was just an incredible impact to start the game. The problem is we get these 11-0 leads or 12-0s or whatever we've had, and then we relax a little bit, and we don't share the ball like we did to get there. We really didn't. We started to become a one-pass shoot team, and I was frustrated as a coach, and I think we need to have a lot more leadership in the huddle saying, hey, this is what's happening. Let's pay attention, because we just kind of it's okay. It's not okay. We really busted our butts to get that lead. So when you come in, you're supposed to play defense and rebound, and that lead should not shrink. And that's, if you want more minutes, then produce for me in those moments. It's not going to be a free-for-all anymore if people aren't playing by the rules.
Surayi, can you talk about just the team's effort tonight and sort of some of the stuff the coach was talking about from a player's perspective?
I agree with Coach, how we came out in the beginning of the first half. We were very aggressive and we shared the ball. We prepped all week for the game, and that was exactly the game plan. We just have to be able to execute when, say, the starters or whatever. Like Coach said, it varies. No one has an official starting spot, but we just have to stay consistent. That's about it.
Surayi, it's been a little bit of up and down. Obviously, maybe not as high scoring as you'd like, but I know you were caught with a little bit of a bug last time in the Thanksgiving tournament. But just how good it feels to kind of have one of these performances. 19 points, and you had more than you had had all season by halftime. Just how good it feels for you and how much confidence that brings you.
It gives me a lot of confidence, but I've never been the player to worry about my points. I just want to make an impact in the game to make sure we get a W, regardless if I have 2 points, 19 points, 11 points, whatever it takes to get a W. Because I can have 20 points and we still don't win, then that's not.
To be honest, her most impressive stat was when Nicole Baumann had 12 points, and we said enough, and we put Ray in, and we said nobody but Ray Garza's kid, and she didn't score the rest of the half. And that was Ray's, besides the offense, that was her best performance, and she blanketed that job.
Come on, what about for you when you look at these numbers and you see obviously the defense played well, but again, like Coach said, a little bit of leadership is needed on the court. How do you guys begin to fix that as some of the leaders and the veterans on the team?
Just being more vocal. We got to talk, like Coach said, I noticed it too. I know a bunch of stars on the bench, and then it was just one pass shot, and media timeouts or just timeouts we need to just come together. Not like Coach said, let us tell everybody we need to stop shooting the ball and just work the ball around. So just being more vocal and being more assertive, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it's every home game you seem to feel pretty comfortable out there. Just, I guess if you could maybe talk about that. Do you feel more comfortable here? And just, it seems like every time you're out, it's 15, 20 points. Just how good you felt out there tonight?
I wouldn't say it's just comfortable. I'm just playing how I should play and just trying to stay consistent, not necessarily with the points, just all around. Just being a positive player on the court, if it was defense, offense. That's pretty much it. Just trying to win.
Coach Leston, I asked you, just feels like this was kind of the way it was supposed to be maybe from the get-go in terms of these two maybe being your most prolific scorers, just athletically in their ability to shoot. How nice it is. It's crazy to think that Mott's a sophomore, but just for them to have those two leaders on the floor when maybe everything else isn't going your way, to know that they can put the ball in the bucket.
Well, yeah, and I think that the emergence of Jazz is huge for this team. And she came through. She's made some big buckets in our last 3 games. She's had great patience as we try to work the ball around to get it to her. She's had great patience, but now, I mean, there's no doubt we got to throw it inside a little bit more, and we got to get some more points in the paint, or just trustworthy. A good play needs to happen when we throw it in, and so that's really important. And then somebody like Jessica Thomas said she's 1 for 11 tonight, and that, you know, we're not going to get away with that very often. But there was only 1 shot I didn't like, so she's 1 for 10 on great looks that she hits in practice. We played better in practice this week than we played in this game, and I'll give credit to Wisconsin. But we had a heck of a 3 days of practice, just great effort, great energy, great, and then in this game we just kind of we struggled a little bit, and I got to give credit to Wisconsin and really look at you know, my adjustments that I need to make.
Anything else for Coach Adrienne or Suriya? Thank you.
Thank you.